So this is absolutely fantastic for our Baltimore Ravens. We know we are officially in July, which means we're less than 15 days away from the Baltimore Ravens rookies reporting to training camp, but the veterans are not playing around either. We know they'll report about a week later to the training camp, but they are putting in work on their own with Lamar Jackson, working out with Zay Flowers with a dangerous, dynamic duo that will be a huge part of one of the most dangerous offenses in the league. Plus Malik Cunningham and Tutu Atwell were there. We also have Derrick Henry continuing his insane workout routine, doing some hill sprints. Some big news around the AFC North with Jalen Ramsey coming to Pittsburgh, but we're going to show you what he had to say about Lamar Jackson and how he feels about playing against Lamar Jackson. He actually said he's the best, most talented quarterback he's ever played, and he's going to have to see him twice a year. We know last year the Ravens and the Steelers saw each other 3 times with that playoff matchup where the Ravens took care of business. We also got some crazy Lamar Jackson stats. An AFC North team is deciding to add a dome to their stadium and much more, man. So welcome into another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock, as always, bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We're in the middle of summer. We got training camp right around the corner. I love you guys, and I'm ready to talk some Ravens football with y'all, man. So let's go ahead and dive into the content. At number 1, let's talk about Lamar Jackson. Not only is he putting in some personal workouts with, we know, his trainer. He always posts clips and spends fit there. But he's also getting together with some of his receivers. 2 of those, Zay Flowers and Malik Cunningham, who, remember, Malik Cunningham was a Louisville quarterback, was on the Ravens roster for a while as a quarterback, and they decided to actually move him to wide receiver, where he's actually transitioned quite well and has reportedly made plays in training camp last year and throughout the offseason workouts. He was good enough to make the practice squad this last season as a wide receiver. Tutu Atwell of the Rams was also at the workout. Lamar Jackson's driven more than ever to win a Super Bowl. He has the regular season accolades. He has pretty much cemented himself as a future Hall of Famer with what he's already accomplished, beating several records, becoming the best dual threat quarterback in NFL history. But he's chasing the Super Bowl and he's hungry for it. At number 2, one thing that could help Lamar Jackson win that Super Bowl is, and this helps all quarterbacks, but specifically Lamar Jackson, from a clean pocket in 2024, he had the 3rd highest EPA in the National Football League. So offensive line play and them giving him a clean pocket does wonders for Lamar Jackson. What's crazy is, he had a clean pocket rate less than most quarterbacks in the NFL, below average clean pocket rate. But despite that, still had the 3rd highest EPA from those clean pockets in the NFL. You can look at guys like Josh Allen, who had a clean pocket over 70% of the time, but still had a lower EPA than other guys on the list like Lamar, even Flacco. Sometimes Lamar Jackson makes the offensive line look better than they actually are because he buys time and he dances around. He's very elusive in the pocket. In fact, another stat here, if you want to look at how good he is at moving around, when it comes to goal-to-go passes, so 3rd and goal, 4th and goal, right? You got to have the touchdown. Lamar Jackson has the highest completion percentage in the NFL over the last 2 seasons. 69%, well over most of the other quarterbacks on this list. Behind him is Jordan Love. So Lamar Jackson, we know he's been one of the best red zone quarterbacks. Whenever he's got to have it, he buys time, he bounces around, and it puts a lot of stress on a defense. So when you combine a clean pocket for Lamar Jackson and then the ability to bounce around, scramble when it does finally break down, you have a nice, dangerous duo. And speaking of dangerous duos, man, I expect Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson to go on to another level this season. If you look at his stats, they've gotten better each year. Zay Flowers, his rookie year, goes over 800 yards. His second season, he's a Pro Bowl wide receiver, over 1,000 yards, and he even missed some time. Could that game against the Buffalo Bills been different if Zay Flowers was in the lineup? Certainly. But I expect Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson to continue to build that chemistry, man. I love how the receivers around Lamar, you finally have some continuity. Zay and Bateman have been with Lamar the last few seasons. But before that, it was a turning door of receivers that were coming in. We had like John Brown and Willie Snead, and then we had Odell Beckham Jr. for a season, and we had Des Bryant for a stint, man. We had don't forget about Deshaun Jackson. Dude, so many different receivers. The Ravens desperately trying different veterans, and there was never a consistent receiver core that he got to build chemistry with in the same offense over a couple of years. We're now finally seeing that with Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman. Is that why, Lamar Jackson last year had over 4,000 passing yards, 41 touchdowns to 4 picks? That could definitely be a reason. But at number 3, another guy that really helps out the offense. We know. He was recently signed to a big-time extension. Derrick Henry doing his hill sprints. Love to see this. Like we said, we're about 22 days away from the veterans reporting to training camp, and these dudes want to make sure they come in fired up, in shape, and setting the example, ready to chase a Super Bowl championship in 2025. For the Ravens, there's no questioning at this point. If you look at the roster and you look at how good they've been in the regular season, it is Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens this year. I don't think I've ever said that in previous seasons, even though I expected them to be competing. I feel like this is the year, man. Like, we're talking about 2 Hall of Famers in the same backfield with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. We're talking about a nice trio of receivers and Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, and DeAndre Hopkins, plus some other receivers some other young guys that are chomping at the bit for snaps at receiver as well. Then the tight end duo, the offensive line should be better this year. The defense with Jair Alexander and the rookie draft class with Malachi Starks and Mike Green. Man, I'm fired up about this team, and I know Derrick Henry is too. He's going for this championship, and that work is very evident. Another team that is going all out for a championship at number 4 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do I think they're Super Bowl contenders? No, I don't, because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is a Super Bowl contending quarterback. They traded for DK Metcalf. They traded for Jalen Ramsey. They signed Aaron Rodgers. They signed Darius Slay. They signed a bunch of veterans. They're going all out for a Super Bowl.
What quarterback do you hate to face?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
Just because you can't really do much.
Were you happy for his new contract?
Not for me, but for him, yeah.
But talent in the game where you're like, this guy's on.
Mahomes.
Talent?
Yeah, Mahomes.
Mahomes like that, but I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I might be a little biased because they blew us out, but Lamar Jackson.
Lamar, yeah.
He is so tough. He's tough.
Best quarterback you've played.
I'm not that intimidated by the Steelers' offense. They lost Najee Harris. They lost some offensive linemen. They lost George Pickens, who's given us problems in the past. And is Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career, was he going to be better than what Russell Wilson was last year? If you look and compare those two stats, there wasn't a big difference. However, I won't pretend like the defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers won't be legit. I mean, first of all, they're coached by Mike Tomlin. They're always going to be a playoff contender. And they have TJ Watt, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, Patrick Queen. They just drafted Derek Harmon in the first round. Hayward, man, they have a legit defense and great defensive coaching staff. However, I don't think their offense is enough to match that defense to be a true, complete Super Bowl contender. That's just my opinion, man. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. And speaking of the AFC North and other competitors, at number 5, the Browns are actually going to be the first ever AFC North team to put a dome on their stadium. It was approved in the plans to build a dome in their new stadium, and I don't know how I feel about that, man. It just feels like AFC North is made for like cold weather, snowy football and stuff. I'm not complaining, if Lamar gets to go play in December and January in a dome, and stay warm, stay fresh for the playoffs. I'm not going to complain about it, but it just doesn't necessarily feel right for an AFC North team to be inside, especially whenever it gets those November, December, January type of football games, man. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Just wanted to come at you guys with a quick update and talk some Ravens football with you guys. My For the Flock family, we hit 50,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all the love and the support. Thanks to all the patrons who support the channel. Just for like a cup of coffee a month, you can support the channel, and it really does help out a lot. You may think, well, you know, $2-3, how does that really help? But whenever it's a family, a group, and a bunch of people come in together and do it, it makes a big difference and helps us to be able to provide you guys with quality content, man. And also just want to appreciate everyone who comments and likes the videos and shows the support, man. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.
When he wasn't looking, he ran me over.